What's going on, y'all? Your boy Darius the Great here back again for another video, and this time we have ourselves the Rebel Moon Part 1 pitch meeting. I'm 5 days late on this, but don't worry about that, alright? I got to it eventually. So yeah, as always, pitch meeting. They do great work, man. Go over to their channel, subscribe to them. And I did my review of Rebel Moon Part 1 on their channel. You can find it. I'll link it in this video. You'll see it at the end. You'll probably see it up here if I remember to do that. And in the link down below, possibly. Who knows? I'm spontaneous like that. But let's get into this and see what they have to say about this movie, because I definitely had some thoughts on this movie. Again, go watch the review for that if you haven't already. Also, while you're doing that, hit the subscribe button, man. I'm on the road to 400 subscribers. That's my next little goal, right? I'm trying to get there, and I can't get there without you clicking that subscribe button, man. And the notification bell so you know every time I upload my video, because, you know, sometimes I think YouTube does not show my content to my subscribers, man. So make sure you hit that bell. Also, like the video. Run up the likes. Helps out immensely. Without further ado, let's get it. Oh, boy. Here we go.
So you have a movie for me?
Netflix.
Yes, sir, I do. You know it, sir. Amazing.
Uh-huh.
You know it, sir. This movie's mostly comprised of scenes from popular movies you're definitely familiar with.
Yep.
Well, if those movies are popular, that should translate into this one being popular as well. If my calculations are correct, that's exactly right. Sick. So we're going to start the movie with some big old lady space parts.
Yep.
So with that, and a big
Space
ship flies through
angina.
the parts. They're traveling through space privates is tight, and there are some bad guys heading to this moon called Velt, where the main character Cora is doing some slow-mo farming. No farming is slow-mo. Yeah, everything's slow-mo.
Everything.
That's the secret to making movies feature-length.
That was literally my drinking game. I was drinking for every slow-mo. It wasn't as much as I thought it would be, but it was still a lot.
What about, like, story or character development? No, it's the slow-mo. That's how you get the runtime. Oh, good to know. So anyway, this big bad guy, Admiral Noble, goes up to the leader of this farming village and does a slightly altered version of that opening scene from Inglourious Basterds. Great scene. Great scene. Yeah, he's got a Nazi uniform and everything. Why disguise it? It's good as is. And he says he's going to force this whole town to grow him a bunch of grain so he can feed his troops. The big bad guy's doing crop negotiations.
Right.
Okay, and he leads a bunch of soldiers behind to oversee this whole thing. Okay. But then
And they're
these soldiers
terrible
are
people.
about to take advantage of this local girl, so Cora reveals she's
That's one way to put it.
badass this whole time and kills them all. Oh boy, and there's this robot that was with the bad guys, but he helps her out, and he's actually a good robot now. He's got an amazing voice. Interesting.
Anthony Hopkins.
More about this robot. Well, too bad he runs away. Doesn't return
You
to
never-
the end of the movie.
yep.
Oh, dang it. So now the whole
Despite, you know, him being on the posters and everything. And I wanted to say something about Cora fighting off all those dudes. It's funny because I saw somebody, you know, I won't name them. He's a big time reactor on YouTube, watching like a clip from Echo beating up dudes, and he's just like, yeah, it's just unrealistic. But then I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you love Rebel Moon, or like you liked it at the very least? Did you have problems with Cora beating up bigger dudes? I don't know about that, huh?
town is like, oh, very cool. Cora's good at punching. Sure sounds that way. So she's like, well, the only way to stop this bad guy and his giant planet-destroying ship is for me to go recruit a couple of reluctant warriors. That makes sense. It does, yeah. So her and this guy Gunner go do an alternate version of the Cantina scene from A New Hope. Great scene, great scene.
This one is-
alternate version of Han Solo.
Yep.
Who's gonna help them out for money. Star Wars is a great movie. I'm glad we're doing it again.
Right,
So
yeah.
what do they do? Well, this guy takes them on an alternate Millennium Falcon to go recruit their first warrior.
Yeah, what even is that ship?
Yeah, but he's currently a slave, so the slave owner is like, I tell you what, if he can tame this wild beast, he can have him, but if he can't, I get to keep you.
Your credit's no good here.
They agree to that. Oh my god. Yeah, 'cause see, they were told that this guy is a beast tamer, so they, risk everything on
It was
that.
basically the Phantom
This
Menace
guy's gonna
getting
do an
Anakin.
alternate version of that hippogriff scene from Harry Potter.
That too.
Great scene, and then Buckbeak kills the slave owner, and they take off. Very exciting. So on
Uh-huh.
the next planet, they meet this other warrior, Nemesis, who has an alternate version of
Lightsabers, yep.
Great weapons. And so then she
We know
kills
nothing
this
about
big
it at all,
spider
by the way.
lady, and they all take off to the next planet. Wait, did they even ask her to join? I mean, probably off screen.
Exactly. That's one of my biggest points in my review. I was just like, wait a minute. They show up like mid recruitment, or like after it already happened. The editing was
Or something.
Oh.
I don't know. All right. So then they go recruit the next person. So just be sure, this is like a montage you're describing, right? Oh, no. this is the movie. You sure? Because this just sounds like that one scene in every heist movie where they like get the team together.
Yeah.
But with slow motion, we will meet our runtime target. Okay. So they go see this General Titus guy who is dirty, but then showers and joins the.
I didn't even what even was his story? I forgot.
Yeah, no, once you're on the team, you stand quietly in the background as others are recruited.
Yeah, you kind of lose all character.
Darius Bloodaxe, and he has a sister, and they both.
Oh, Ray Fisher, God, Lord. After all that you did at DC, right? All that, talking about Jost and Jeff Johns and all this stuff. You basically had your career shot at that point. You were going to have a Cyborg movie. And then your boy Zach brings you in for his movie. This is the part he gives you? You couldn't even be like one of the actual main dudes?
Run a rebellion or something. So he joins and he brings a couple of people with him, and now it's time for the final fight. Wait, we learn stuff about people? Oh, yeah, we'll see at a certain point, Cora's going to tell her entire story to Gunner. See, it turns out she was raised by the space Nazis, and she was one of their top people, but now she's good. She's not with them anymore. But it's never share that. She tells them, I am telling you this so that you know my story. So then that Kai guy is like, hey, you silent people who have each individually displayed one skill have inspired me to become good.
How?
And then turns out he's not good.
Exactly, yeah.
Trains them and sells them out to the Empire or whatever else.
What a waste to Charlie Hunnam.
Oh no! So the bad guys trap the good guys in these mechanism things, and Kai tells Gunner to paralyze Cora. What do you mean? Well, there's this little gun thing, right? And if you put it in a hole, it shoots right into the person's neck.
I don't like how that feels.
To get out of that situation if they're all surrounded by bad guys. Actually, it's going to be super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, because another thing about this mechanism is that if you turn this gun the opposite way, it releases the prisoner, and then you can kind of use it as a weapon. So he frees Cora and...
No one ever thought about that. Oh my God.
Oh, they designed that thing that way.
Right.
Why won't they free all the good guys and get into a big fight? They're surrounded by bad guys with guns pointing at them. Yeah, but see, none of them can aim because they're kind of like alternate stormtroopers.
Yeah, stormtroopers, yeah.
Bad guys, and then there's this big old fight, and freaking Darius, he dies. Oh no!
And you're supposed to care, but...
Which one?
Right, which one's that?
Oh no! And then Cora gets into a big fight with Noble and manages to kill him. Well, good for her. Except the bad guys bring him back to life, so he's gonna be back for part 2. Don't you worry about that.
It's gonna be in his Darth Vader arc, I guess.
To defeat this guy that killed once already. So then all the good guys go back to that moon, and that robot has antlers now.
For what?
That's it for part 1. What do you think? Well, it sounds like some content for sure. I just wonder if there's a way to capitalize on this a bit more. Well, this is gonna be Zack Snyder, and you know what his fans like. Snyder cuts. Yeah, let's purposefully release a non-Snyder cut first. Very sneaky. I love it. Let's hack this version to bits.
Full, oh God.
Everybody, Ryan George here. Thank you for watching that pitch meeting. I hope you enjoyed it. And listen, I want to be transparent with you, right?
Right. Oh my God. Yeah, that movie was not it, bro. It was just a whole lot of nothing. Like a whole lot of nothing. Like it made me reflect on how I feel about Dune, right? Because I am in the unpopular camp of I didn't care for Dune. I didn't care about any of the characters for Dune. Like, I understand the technical, filmmaking masterpiece and all that good stuff, but I did not give a damn about Dune, anything that was going on, right? But after watching Rebel Moon, I sat back. I was just like, it was like Thanos. Maybe I've been too harsh on you. Maybe I've been too harsh on Dune. I'm gonna have to rewatch Dune Part 1 before Part 2 comes out. But I felt like everything I felt about Dune was in Rebel Moon, except more. Except it was harder. Because of how fast it was just going from let's pick up this person, add this member to our party like a damn RPG without giving you any time to care about any of them at all. It's just, and sure, that might be fixed in the 3-hour cut, the rated R 3-hour cut, but stop. I don't know if there's a Netflix thing or it's a Zack Snyder thing. I'm starting to feel like it's probably a Zack thing, let's be honest with you, but stop releasing these versions of your movies that are incomplete. Or at the very least, make your movie, like any normal filmmaker actually is able to do, make your film in a digestible manner. That way you won't have to deal with it being cut up all to shreds, and then you have to release the director's cut. It's just an idea. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this. Let me know what you guys thought about Rebel Moon. Again, go check out my review. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.